Anyway, the thing about it is the term African American. That was a term that was given to us by Jesse Jackson. He was the one who made that whole phrase popular.
That came before him.
But it really didn't get as popular until he started referring to us as that. I totally disagree with, even that African American. Motherfucker, I was born in Alabama. How the fuck am I African American? You don't even know where the hell you or your ancestors come from, but you telling me we come from Africa because somebody told you that shit in a book instead of you doing your own damn research? Go back and listen to Martin Luther King's earlier speeches. He's clearly telling you you didn't come from no damn Africa. But again, if you want to say you came from Africa, do your thing. You are more than welcome and free thought to think whatever the hell you want to. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your choice by right. But again, I don't believe that there's not a piece of fiber in my body that tells me I come from somewhere else other than the land I'm on right now. Turtle Island. Just look up that term, Turtle Island. But I don't get off it. I'm dropping too many bombs right now and shit. They might be knocking on my damn door.
Oh my God. I swear, boy, you are hilarious. I look at it
Let
like
me ask you this. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, you come from Alabama. That cannot be disputed. No way, no how. So, as far as we all know, born in the last, I'm just going to say the last 200 years.
Okay.
The last 200 years, because that I can fathom the last 200 years. Yes, we're from here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Last 200 years, we are from here. Martin Luther King Jr. cannot say with certainty where we're from. No one, no book, no published book. I don't think any published book can accurately say where you, the individual, are from. The only way we all of us of this skin complexion can have a slight clue of where our ancestors originated or whatever is to have trust to some degree and have some interest and open-minded attitude to do a DNA test, because we all have DNA markers from wherever, like these people that we call white. They ain't from here. A lot of them can go back 200, 300, 400 years and trace their family lineage to Ireland, Germany, Poland, Romania, Italy, and all these other places. So I can't read a book or get online and search anything to say where my bloodline originates from. It's impossible. I can read a book and a book can say, yeah, well, this complexion of people were here, and here. But ain't no book going to say that my bloodline specifically came from whatever area on this planet. It's impossible. Impossible.
So how is it that every other nationality can trace their lineage back but us?
They can
I
trace
mean,
their lineage.
don't that seem kind of odd to you?
No, it doesn't seem odd. It doesn't seem odd at
Okay.
all. If you look at it like this, they have the luxury, I will say, of being able to retain, preserve, and accurately pass that information down generation to generation. There's nothing strange about that. We did not have that luxury. We did not have those means. So it's not strange to me. So if I know a Caucasian person who can trace their family back to Ireland and they can go back to 1857, let's just say, a lot of them have pictures, letters, and all type of stuff like that. We don't have that. Why? Because the way we were treated in this country. Period. So there's nothing strange about that to me.
So there's okay. I'll move on. I'll move on. I'll move on. Um, so how do you feel about Black History Month, though?
Um, I my personal feelings about it is I appreciate it. Um, I appreciate it because there is not too many races of people who have a whole month dedicated to their history. Now, there is the big argument, oh, they just give us a month and we this and we that and we this and we that. Okay, I hear you. But we have an entire month to specifically celebrate our history. Yes, we have had people throughout do things all times of the year. Like somebody did something in June, somebody did something in December, October, November. Fine. But we have an entire month. What are your thoughts on it?
Uh, Honestly, I think everyone else should have one too. I mean, I think Italians should have a month. I think Caucasian people should have a month. I think the Indian people should have a month. I think everybody should have a month. If we have a month, everybody else should have a month.
His Native American Indians, they do have a month. Hispanics
Okay, I
have a
didn't know
month.
that. All right.
Um, I don't know if I don't think Italians have a month. I don't think,
I think they should.
but why? Why?
Did did Italian people not contribute to this country like the rest of us?
They contributed to this country like the rest of us, but they did not put forth the effort to want to be recognized in that way. That's the big difference between them and us specifically. That's the difference between uh, Irish Americans and us specifically.
Hmm. So they, even though they contributed, a lot to this country, they don't. No, don't recognize us. We're good.
It
Why
wasn't an
is that?
issue for them
So why is it an issue for us?
because of all that we had to overcome.
Did they not have to overcome stuff as well?
Not as much as us. They was the same color as the colonists.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, you have to look
So,
at it like this. We were oppressed. Native American Indians were oppressed. Um, Hispanics were oppressed. Um, Asians were oppressed. I don't know if there's an Asian American month, but I think it is. Don't quote me on that. But they were oppressed. So
hmm,
If you look at an Italian, they look like what we classify as white people or Caucasians. Um, the other people who I think should have fought for a month was Irish Americans because they were treated like straight shit back in the day. They were treated like us for the longest time.
Hmm. Yeah, I just think that everybody deserves a month. Even Caucasian people, they deserve a month too.
Honestly, although we have a month and some other races have a month, I don't think, for me, I don't think it's that important for everyone to have a month. Um, and I'm sort of on the thing of, and I'm not, and I'm talking within our culture. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's that important because no one, not many people in our culture actually appreciate, recognize, and celebrate our history properly anymore. Um, and then when you look on at it, for instance, um, there are a lot of people out there like you who don't want to be called black, don't want to be called African American, and this, that, and the other. So when you look at our culture as a whole, it's divided on so many levels that it kind of dilutes the whole purpose of Black History Month.
Uh, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here because I want to articulate this correctly without sounding like I'm, you know, just being a smart ass. But here's my thing, right? So, out of all the things we've contributed to this country, meaning our inventions, um, the labor, the blood, sweat, and tears, all of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though we were the only ones hung from trees and things of that nature, so they tell us.
We weren't the only ones.
Um,
We were the ones mostly hung from trees.
but that's the thing. So you're telling us or promoting that we were treated like that, but in all actuality, we know that we weren't the only ones. We also know that we weren't the only supposed to be slaves here.
We weren't.
There were white slaves too.
Yes, it was.
So those people went through just as much struggle and BS as we did to a certain degree. So should they not be celebrated too?
I would venture to say no.
But why? They went through a whole lot too, though, didn't they?
Bruh, you know what? We gonna come back to this. Yo, we just get started. The King and I Life podcast. Myself, Soul Touching Poet, and my brother in this house.
Son So Lex up in her.
Yo, if you're checking this out on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification, and definitely comment and go check it out on the audio side of that as well, and do vice versa. So, Son So Lex, you got anything else before we break out?
Yeah, man. We still got that cooking challenge coming up, and I'm probably gonna knock that out for you guys on Instagram this weekend. I got all my ingredients. I had to go home to Alabama and get what I needed, but I got it.
Oh,
So be on the lookout for that.